Texas League Baseball is next. And good evening, everybody. We welcome you into this live broadcast of Texas League Baseball. And now, here is the voice of Texas League Baseball, John Baker. Thank you, Bob, and a good Friday night, everybody. We welcome you to the second game of our three-game set between the visiting San Antonio Missions and your Tulsa Drillers. Well, tonight, as we get going, we do have a little bit of rain around our area, and so far it is going to be an evening, maybe full of rain and few thunderstorms around the area, but most definitely not enough to postpone us because we still are going to play a game of baseball. Series concludes tomorrow evening at 7:05 as we have Saturday night baseball. And don't forget, sit back, relax, and enjoy the best fireworks show on us, courtesy of the Tulsa Drillers. Well, I'm joined in the booth by my partner, Bob, and good evening, Bob. How are you doing? Good evening, John. How are you? I am doing swell. Well, anyway, as of last night, San Antonio got the first loss of the season, and Tulsa most definitely got in the winning run there at the bottom half of the ninth inning. And, well, so far, it was a final score of 7-6. San Antonio is 0-1. Tulsa is 1-0 as they have a pretty good leadoff for this first game that we had last night. Now tonight is now a new night for these two teams to battle it out again. And then tomorrow evening at 7:05 as well. Well, Springfield is in Amarillo's tonight. And so far, opening night 2026 is for the Springfield Cardinals and Amarillo Sod Poodles. And so far, pretty good as they start off their weekend playing a three Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So pretty good on that. Well, they will have the first pitch at 7:05 for tonight, 7:05 for tomorrow, and 1 o'clock on Sunday. San Antonio and the 8 Texas League teams are off on Sunday and Monday, and then it's road travels for everybody, whether they're going home or road in the next series. Well, anyway, it is going to be a rainy evening as we get going for the second game here tonight, and yes, it is gray, overcast skies. The stadium lights are now coming on at full effect. And gotta say, yeah, we are under a severe thunderstorm watch until 10 o'clock here tonight. That includes the city of Tulsa, Sapulpa, and many other towns going from west to east. Well, anyway, we're just about set to go. I know we're pretty much behind schedule here tonight, but we are going to get things rocking and rolling as we get you down on the field for tonight's second game of 3. And that is between San Antonio and Tulsa here tonight. So far, there is not a lot of rain coming down as we give you the live broadcast here this evening. But most definitely, we will keep eyes and ears on the Weather Channel just to keep y'all safe as we progress through the evening and through the broadcast of this game. Well, tonight, Jordan Weems, a right-hander, is getting started on the mound for Tulsa as he's ERA of 14.54, a whip of 2.77, with a walk rate 13%, and so far pretty good. He's pitched 4 and 1 percentage point of his pitches, and so far pretty good on that. Leading off for San Antonio, Francisco Acuna. And we're underway as the game's first pitch comes in. And the count now 0-1 to Acuna. So far, Acuna was a 2016 draft pick for the Pittsburgh Pirates in Major League Baseball and serving 9 years. No balls, 2 strikes the count now. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball, straightaway shortstop. Throw to first in time. And there is one away to begin the game. With that, let's give the San Antonio Mission starting lineups. Acuna, Roberts, Salas will be the leadoff 3. Sanabria, Carpathios, Fabian middle. Vertigo, Murphy, and Castañon will round it out for the San Antonio Missions. The center fielder, Kai Roberts, coming in as we get ready to go. And the pitch. That one is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. So far, we'll give you scores. It is Northwest Arkansas leading Wichita 2-0 in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. No score for everybody else. That is San Antonio, Tulsa, Arkansas, Midland, Frisco, Corpus Christi, and Springfield and Amarillo. So everybody still scoreless through those 8 ball clubs. That is high fly in the air, deep to center field, and that is out number 2. Now, forgive me if I do sound like I feel like I'm battling allergies, but most evidently it's that time of year again where allergy season is at its worst. Ethan Salas, tonight's San Antonio catcher, takes a strike inside. The count now at 0-1. 2 away, nobody on as we get going. The pitch, that's right there. And that will be right to the shortstop. He intercepts it and doesn't get it in time to the first base area to get the out. And that will go as an infield single. So pretty good right there. Yeah, it was a swell hit. They really tried to get him, but he was already at the bag just as they tried. Romeo Sanabria coming in. He's ready. Here's the pitch right there in for a strike, and the count now 0-1. Sanabria playing first base tonight. Castañon there at second base. Last year playing the first base position, which we really liked during the 2025 campaign of last year's season. So pretty good. Here's a 1-1. And right there, that is crushed deep to center field, and that is gone. And a 2-run home run by Romeo Sanabria, his first one of the evening. And now San Antonio will crush it. It's now 2-0. 431 foot with an exit velocity of 106.8 miles per hour. That was absolute beautiful. Yeah, I gotta say, John, absolutely right. Next batter up, Braden Carpathios. As he'll take a strike inside. It's the count now at 0-1. Well, one more game to conclude our 3-game set. Our first pitch at 7:05. San Antonio will head home. They take on the Corpus Christi Hooks in a 6-game set starting Tuesday, April 7th through the 12th. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be lofted high in the air up to right. And the right fielder runs it down. And in time, that does the inning. Romeo Sanabria gets 2 runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left. Bottom of the first inning coming up. San Antonio is up front 2-0. So we'll be right back as we bring you the bottom half of the first inning for Tulsa, right when we come back to our commercial messages. Also, got to give special shout outs as our San Antonio sponsors are watching. We got San Antonio Stock Show Rodeo, and also our favorites there, West Creek Trail Rides. There in 151 and 1604, getting ready for also SeaWorld to be a part of our proud sponsor. Every lucky Sunday, kids could come out and enjoy SeaWorld and have the best thing ever. Well, we'll be right back after this as we bring you the bottom half of the first inning for the Tulsa Drillers right after this. About set to go for the bottom of the first right now, the Drillers Baseball Network. Well, leading it off for San Antonio's pitcher, Jagger Haynes. He'll get going here for game 2 tonight. 95 on the four-seam fastball slider and a changeup right behind it. Sean McLean, the shortstop, will be the first man up for Tulsa. And we're about set to go. Here's the pitch, and that's in for a strike. And bottom of one now underway here for Tulsa. San Antonio leading this one 2-0. And that one is high in the air, up the left field, foul grounds as it goes. And that is out number one. With that, let's give the home team starting lineups. McLean, Nevin, and DePaula will be the leadoff three. Hope, Keith, and Rhodes middle. Sirota, Young, and Lockwood Powell rounded out for Tulsa. Pretty good for this defense. Third baseman is Kyle Nevin as he'll come in. Wind up and the pitch. And again, same spot, same place, right there, left field, and the left fielder run it down. And now that is two quick pitches, 2 outs indeed. And that'll bring up Josu DePaula as we get ready for this third batter. That one is in for a strike. The count now at 0-1. San Antonio 2-0 here in this broadcast. And that's right there. Ground ball straightaway third. Right to first in time. And that's a 1-2-3 half inning. And that will do her in for this inning as we exit one. On now to the second inning. Fabian, Vertigo, and Murphy will get things going to lead it off in the second. And we're back here after this. It's San Antonio 2, Tulsa nothing. Now set to go for the top of the second inning for San Antonio right now on the Drillers Baseball Network. Well, the leadoff batter for this second inning is Albert Fabian. 6-7-8 due up. Is ready to go. Oh, do apologize. We are pretty much patched into our live stream, and so far just don't want to hear myself echo like that. But anyway, that was a high fly right there up to left field for the out. And Albert Fabian becomes the first here in the second inning. Rosemond Vertigo coming in now. He'll take a ball down and in. 1 ball and no strikes. That's right there. Liner straight away up to center, and that's a base hit. Man, pretty good. San Antonio just getting in there, get things going. Afterwards, they had a 2-run shot by one of the prospects in the San Antonio lineup. Here is left fielder Kai Murphy. Runner at beg your pardon. Runner at first. And that is high in the air up to left field. Under it is the left fielder making the play for the out. And that is out number 2. Second baseman, Marcos Castañon. Coming up now as he's the 9-hole batter. Wind up and the pitch is outside for a strike. And it's the count now 0-1. Love the brand new scoreboard we got. What do you think about it, Bob? Oh, I love the brand new scoreboard. It's got the San Antonio, Tulsa logos on there. Tells you who's up ahead and what inning it is. And pretty good on that. That's a liner straight away and up to left field. And that will pretty much do it. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. As we're midway through 2, San Antonio leads it 2-0. So back here as we get set for Hope, Keith, and Rhodes. They'll lead it for Tulsa for the bottom of 2. Back here after this. About set to go for the bottom half of the second inning for Tulsa. Right now, the Drillers Baseball Network. Well, the batter now, Xavier Hope. Coming in now is 4, 5, and 6 due up for the bottom half of 2. Ready or not, here's the pitch. That is fouled away. The count now at 0-1. Bob, can we turn the volume down on that computer? Yep, sorry, John. Yep, okay. Here's the 0-1. Fouled in the way. The count now at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Down in the 0-2 hole right now. Swung on and missed. They got him right where he wanted him. And that is the first strikeout to Jagger Haynes as San Antonio gets that 1 strikeout. Here's Damon Keith as he'll come in and take that in for a strike. It's the count now at 0-1. Starting to see a little sun trying to peep through the clouds of this evening. So far it is a overcast evening with that thunderstorm watch being on us till 10 p.m. tonight. No balls, 2 strikes, the count now to Keith. And that is outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fans watching from San Antonio, they've had the rain for the past couple of days, especially there at our ballpark at Wolf Stadium. But pretty good right there. Yeah, for sure, John. That's going to be a pretty good one. 2-2 delivery. Swing and a miss, and there's another one going down. And that's the second strikeout. Jagger Haynes, boy, he is going pretty good in this one. John Rhodes coming in as he'll take a strike. And it's the count now at 0-1. San Antonio 2-0, bottom of two. No score through 6 of the ball clubs tonight. That is Springfield, Amarillo, Frisco, Corpus Christi, Arkansas, and Midland. But most evidently, Northwest Arkansas still leads Wichita 2-1. San Antonio leading Tulsa 2-0. Pretty good for the first of these 4 ball clubs. Getting baseball going tonight, even here in game 2. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Swing and a miss right there and struck out the side, and that will pretty much do it. 1-2-3. A very productive inning for Jagger Haynes as he strikes out the side in order. What a great way to get the inning finished. Top of the third, but San Antonio still leads it 2-0. Francisco Acuna, Kai Robertson, Ethan Salas will get things going as we head to the third here in downtown Tulsa. And it's San Antonio leading by 2. About set to go for the third inning for San Antonio right now on the Drillers Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. Francisco Acuna getting ready to go as we get the third inning ready to rock and roll. Here's the first pitch. That one is skied high in the air up to center field, and that center fielder will run after it to make the play, and there's out number one.
Now batting, the center fielder, Kai Roberts.
Center fielder Kai Roberts coming in. He is 0 for 1 of tonight's ball game. I'm going to say pretty good. That one is right there. That is bashed. That left center field, and that's going to get down, and he's going to have a double. And right there on cue, Kai Roberts picks up a one-out double for San Antonio. Wow, and that was a pretty good hit there, John. Yeah, it sure was. Really nice one as Missions now have their third potential hit getting ready to go. Flash flood watch in effect for Muskogee, Oklahoma. They are 2 hours east of us. And most definitely storms will fire off by this evening going into overnight. Hopefully, Mother Nature will hold off until we get down here tonight. Right there, ground ball, straight away first in time, and that will move the runner up to third. 90 feet is the third run from scoring in for San Antonio. Romeo Sanabria was a 2-run home run back in the first inning, is 1 for 1. And so far, pretty good for him. Here's a windup and the pitch. That one outside. 1 ball, no strikes. So a pretty good one. And yes, we do believe that San Antonio does have some severe weather going into overnight as well. About the 3 a.m. hour as we get going for a Saturday morning. Here's the 1-1. That one right there. Ground ball straight away up to right field to run in to score. And now San Antonio getting in an RBI single by Romeo Sanabria. And that'll bring in Romeo Sanabria there at first. Braden Carpathios, the next batter up. That one high in the air, up to center. And gets into left field to make the play. And that will conclude this inning. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. And we are middle half of 3 with San Antonio leading at 3-0. About set to go for the bottom of the third. Right now, the Drillers Baseball Network. Mike Sirota will come in as we lead off the bottom half of 3 for Tulsa. A little bit of rain still falling here at the ballpark, and if you are out and about, come out and join us. We love to have you here. High in the air up to right field, and that will be out number 1. So far, a pretty good one, as that will be the line out. Second baseman Taylor Young coming right now here in this one. 1 out here in the third, and that's a foul way tip. And the count now at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. And here's the pitch. That one high in the air up to first base. Under it is the first baseman. And that is another quick out.
Batting ninth, the catcher.
2 down here in this one. And that'll bring up Griffin Lockwood Powell as he comes in. Tulsa trying to get their first base hit and trying to get them off of a no-hit record. San Antonio leading 3-0. If you're just joining us here tonight, we're in Tulsa, Oklahoma, just for tonight and tomorrow night, and then it'll be going home to San Antonio to take on Corpus Christi. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the windup and the pitch. That one fouled and away. And the count now still holding. No balls, 2 strikes to Lockwood Powell. Called third strike. Got him. And that is how the third inning comes and goes, and still holding them to a no-hit ball game. As we go to the fourth, San Antonio up by 3. Well, just about set to go for the top half of inning number 4. And so far, John, we are going to give you a little weather update. Yeah, the rain is falling here in downtown Tulsa. And so far, we are going to be in a weather delay as we get going. Well, thank you, Bob, for the little update. And yeah, we do apologize as we get going for the top half of the 4th inning. And umpires are now going to call the rain delay. And yeah, so far it could be a little heavy shower and stuff, but most evidently it is starting to come down a little bit hard. So yeah, anyway, we are the top half of the 4th inning. San Antonio leading this game 3-0. And yeah, so far, fans are, a lot of them getting up under the covers and stuff. And so far, we'll keep you up to date on if we're going to get the play again. But most definitely, we will be in a rain delay. So we'll keep you live here on our Drillers game and stuff, and so far we'll keep you up to date. Well, we're back with the Drillers Baseball Network, and we now turn you back to the game. Thank you, Bob. And yeah, boy, that rain was coming down just a bit hard, but it looks like whatever that was, it was just a little bit of a shower. We head now to the 4th inning as San Antonio has the next batter up. That is Albert Fabian. So far, still seeing a little bit of raindrops continuing on as we get going. 1 ball, no strikes. So far, pretty good. Now they're going to call time before the 1-0 delivery. So far, if you are joining in with us, that is pretty good. Welcome in. Line the air up to center field, and that's out number 1. Fabian will be out on the fly. Rosamond Verdugo, the hot corner man, it's ready to go here, this one. Here's pitch is in for a strike, and the count now 0-1. Now, we have been saying a lot about the weather, and there is a lot of rain in the forecast for Tulsa. And so far, it will be one of them evenings where severe weather is at its highest probability. Even the overnight, we look at the hour by hour, by 10 o'clock, it's supposed to come in really good. That's after the game gets done. Out number 2, Sirota is, after those 2 high flies, he's in center field. Pretty good. So this could be a 1-2-3 inning to get us down to the bottom of 4. Yeah, pretty good right there. Starting to mist a little bit here in downtown Tulsa. And pretty good on that. That's right there. Ground ball straight away. He's got it. And that is out number 3. And 4.5 come and gone as we get ready to go. A no-hit ball game for San Antonio. And it's 3-0 as we head bottom of 4 when we come back into this broadcast. We will have the next batters up. McLean, Nevin, and DePaula will get things going for the bottom half of the 4th inning. So stay with us. We got more baseball coming at you here tonight. About set to go for the bottom of the 4th inning. Right now, the Drillers Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. Here is Sean McLean as he gets ready to go for the Tulsa Drillers. And here's the windup and the pitch. That one is outside. It's a slider. And the count now, 1 ball, no strikes. Well, this year the new rule is starting pitchers would get 75 to 80 in the limit of their pitches. Well, pretty good on that. Here's the 1-0 delivery. Swing and a miss right there. The count now 1-1. Gotta say, pretty good. Let's go ahead and give you some scores. Arkansas leading Midland 2-0 there at Franco Park. Corpus Christi leading the Frisco Rough Riders by 1-0. They're at beautiful Bayfront Park. Springfield leading the Amarillo Sod Poodles by 1-0, top of the fifth inning. There at beautiful Waterbridge Field in downtown Amarillo. Here's the 1-2. Called third strike. Got him. Fifth strikeout for Jagger Haynes. Haynes has been a real asset as he goes into San Antonio's starting roster. Here is Kyle Nevin as he swung on and missed in the count now at 0-1. Well, the rain is now a mist here tonight, but most evidently we are keeping all tabs on the radar. That's right there, and that is thrown. High throw. There is short to first and in time as out number 2. And look at the shortstop. He's got an athletic move to get his man there at first. And that was a phenomenal throw. Out number 2 to Kyle Nevin. And here is Josu DeBala. Wind up in the pitch. That one is hit high in the air. And boys, that's got some home run distance. Right to the wall. And that ends the inning. Few more inches and Tulsa would have been on the board and they would have ended the no-hit streak. We go to the fifth. San Antonio leads it 3-0. We're back as Marcos Castañon, Acuna, and Roberts will lead it for San Antonio when we come back. About set to go for the top of the 5th inning for San Antonio right here on the Drillers Baseball Network. Well, Marcos Castañon will come in, will take a ball, and the count now 1-0. Kelly and Mills will be the Drillers in the bullpen starting their warm-up tosses. Already 40 pitches by Jordan Weems. He's the starter for Tulsa as he gets going. Oh, these allergies. Not a good time to face off allergies. Right there, gloved by the shortstop. And that is out number 1.
The shortstop,
Francisco Acuna coming in now. 0 for 2 will fly out and a ground out. As I said, he was the 2016 draft pick for the Pittsburgh Pirates. So far, pretty good. High in the air up to left center field. And that left center gets up in there and for the out. Jordan Weems has 63% of his four-seam fastball. Slider was 19, a splitter was at least 12%, and his curveball was at low 7. Here's Kai Roberts, 2 away, nobody on.
Ball, that's out.
That's outside, the count now at 1-0. Boy, Springfield just leading a bunch against Amarillo. Let's go give that score. Top of the 5th inning, Springfield 6, Amarillo nothing. They are really letting things fly in that ball game. One ball, 2 strikes. Here it is. That one is high in the air up to center. Still carrying right there up the warning track. And that will pretty much do it. No runs, hits, or errors for San Antonio through this half inning. And it's still a no-hit ball game for San Antonio. Zephyr Hope, Keith, and Rhodes will lead it when we hit the bottom of 5 when we return. About set to go for the bottom of the 5th inning right now for the Drillers Baseball Network. Well, just before we get things going, we'll go ahead and give you some scores. Springfield leading Amarillo 6-0, bottom of the 5th inning. Frisco leading 5-1 against Corpus Christi. Arkansas leading 2-0 against Midland. And San Antonio tonight leading 3-0 against Tulsa. Which that right there is pretty good. Anyway, let's get back to our live broadcast, and I gotta say thank you, Bob, for coming in and giving us the introduction of the bottom half of the 5th inning. Zephyr Hope is the next batter up. He'll get things going for Tulsa. We're in a no-hit ball game here tonight. San Antonio having a pretty good night thus far. And it is a no-hitter. So it's a perfectly good time to see something pretty good happen here tonight. No balls, 2 strikes to Zephyr Hope. and looking for a strikeout. Here's the pitch, fouled and away. The count now on 2, so still staying alive on that one. 8:23 as we are this half inning, and that's a swung on and miss. 6th strikeout for San Antonio starter Jagger Haynes. And pretty good. Boy, a lot of 3 up, 3 down innings, and Tulsa is just losing their outs. I mean, only 27 in a whole ball game. I thought it was 26. I guess I could be right or you could be right. But evidently you only get 27 outs to work with. Well, can we Google that? How many outs are in a ball game? Oh, well, we'll see. We could do that most for sure. I said 27, you said 26. Can we have a bet of $100? Okay. Well, you're on then. How many outs are in a baseball game? Oh, darn it, you were right. 27 outs per team. And I was right. Man, you show off. I love to be a show off. How you like that, cowboy? Oh, man. Oh, so I lose $100 to you? Well, you did say 26, didn't you? Yeah. High in the air up to right field. And that will do it. So another 1, 2, 3, no runs, hits, or errors for Tulsa. And we now head to the 6th inning. It's still San Antonio 3-0. So we'll be ready to go as we get going for the top half of inning number 6 for San Antonio. And just to give you a pretty good shot of what's left the ballpark, and a lot of strikeouts. And so far, pretty good as we look at it for San Antonio pitching by Jagger Haynes. He's really come through for the team. But now a new relief pitcher, Antoine Kelly, getting the call here for Game 2. I got to say, he's at 97 on that four-seam fastball. Ethan Salas, the batter now, as we get ready to go for the top half of the 6th inning. That one is high and outside. That's ball 1. 1 for 2 single by Salas. Salas was last year on the injured IL list due to Tommy John surgery. So far spent half of the season being out. And so far that was pretty good. But today and through the rest or middle half of the year, he should be ready to go if he's getting up to AAA El Paso or not. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count, and here's the pitch. And that's a ground ball foul. And the count now at 1-2. We're top of the 6th inning. It's 3-0 San Antonio. And we're top of the 6th. Like it or not, the Missions have a no-hit ball game. So it could be a pitch-perfect evening for San Antonio here tonight. Yeah, I got to say, John, it could be. Right there, ground ball straight away. And will they get him? Yes, they will. In time, they knock the ball down, and that will get him plenty enough time to react out there at first to get the sure out. Man, what an instant replay as we look at it. And in time by a footstep, nearly getting going right there. Well, this guy right here had a 2-run home run, and he just got it going. This Romeo Sanabria earlier on in this ball game really had it going. Sanabria comes in the windup and the stretch, and that's an inside strike. And it's the count now 0-1. One more game with Tulsa tomorrow. And it'll be Tulsa headed to their next door neighbor there in Springfield, Missouri. They take on the Springfield Cardinals next week for a 6-game set. San Antonio will head home. They'll take on the Corpus Christi Hooks. And that is where we go with them. San Antonio has always been our home, and so far it will always will be. We follow the missions all season long through 2026. And that right there is a swing and a miss. The count now at 0-1. Bob and I will be with y'all through the year and through next year and the years that go on before that, as we'll always have opening day and the season finale at the end of September. Well, right there, that will land outside for a base hit.
The designated hitter, Albert.
Brandon Carpathios is up at first base right now, and well, the hitting coach is out there too, and he's coaching that first base area. Really good. Albert Fabian coming in as he'll get in, and he's 0 for 2 and 2 flyouts. So far, a pretty good night for San Antonio. They keep the line moving and get some more runs going forward. That's a line drive straight away up to center. That's a base hit. Boy, and pretty good right there as they come in and get 2 base hits. Still 2 outs in the half inning, but trying to score in some more runs. The wind up at the pitch. That one's going to be lofted high in the air, and that will hit to the wall. The warning track in time, and that's the inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on, and we head to the bottom half of the 6th inning, I should say. And we have a 3-0 ball game. So Mike Sirota, Taylor Young, and Griffin Lockwood Cowell will get things going as we head now to the bottom half of the 6th inning here in downtown Tulsa, Oklahoma. And we'll be right back here in this one. Now set to go for the bottom half of the sixth inning. Right now, the Drillers Baseball Network. Well, here is Mike Sirota. He gets us going for the bottom half of inning number 6. Fouls that one off. The count now 0-1. Glad to be with us here tonight. Little bit of rain falling here at the ballpark, but nothing that'll get us shut down as what we've seen earlier. High in the air up to center, and that is out number 1 as Sirota gets out on the fly. Jagger Haynes at 57% of his four-seam fastball pitch count. Slider was 29, changeup at 14%, which that is pretty good for this young man. Changeup right there, swung on and missed. The count now at 0-1. San Antonio leading this game at 3-0.
Ball inside.
And that one's down and outside. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Bottom of 6 if you are joining us here in the radio. And that one right there is the count now 1-2. So a lot of pretty good pitches thus far, strikeouts. And yes, Jagger Haynes has been the best ever since when he came in the Padres organization. And right there, swung on and missed. And that is 8 strikeouts as he brought that forward to San Antonio. And so far, pretty good. 46 for Jagger Haynes as he's getting ready to exit his first term in his ball game. Now ready to hit his second term if it comes of it. No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. And right there, strikeout number 9 as Griffin Lockwood Powell gets rung up to dry. End of 6, still a no-hit ball game. San Antonio leads it 3-0. Now set to go for the 7th inning for San Antonio. Right now, the the Drillers Baseball Network. Yeah, you better wake up there, Bob, because you could have said the Missions Baseball Network, but most evidently, I guess you could be 50% right. Well, anyway, welcome y'all back to the broadcast here tonight. And so far, we are just about set to go as Ryder Ryan gets ready to go for his relief pitching for Tulsa. 5.66 ERA with 18.3% strikeout, .217 over a .344 in opposition. Left fielder Kai Murphy coming in now for San Antonio. As the sinker is down and outside, it's 1 ball and no strikes. And Frisco leading Corpus Christi by 9 runs. It's 10-1. Springfield's got a shutout against Amarillo. They're up 10-0. So that is Springfield 10, Amarillo nothing. Frisco 10-1 against the Hooks. Arkansas still leading Midland 2-0. San Antonio leading 3-0 against Tulsa. That one high fly in the air, now to play foul. And the count now at 1-2. They tell you one thing, that we will have baseball here, and so far that's what we did. We are playing the game here tonight, and so far pretty good on top of that.
The batter, the second baseman, Marcos Castanon.
Well, with one away, here is the second baseman, Marcos Castanon. 0 for 2 and 2 lineouts as he comes abroad in this top half of 7. Northwest Arkansas still leading 2-1 against Wichita, so that is pretty good. Right there, ground ball straightaway up to second base. Right there, throws him out at first in time, and they're at 2 up, 2 down. Boy, this ball game could really be San Antonio's ball game, and so far with a 3-0 shutout, that'd be pretty good. Well, if it's a pretty good one with a no-hitter, that's even better. Here's Francisco Acuna as he grounds that one, and he won't get there, and that will go for the fielder's choice on a hit. Man, I tell you one thing, that San Antonio has really been doing good, especially with the boys tonight that hit some home runs. Center fielder Kai Roberts was 1 for 3, a double last time up. So far, game 2 just almost finished here tonight in downtown Oklahoma. Should I say Tulsa, Oklahoma? Right there, a ground ball up the center. That falls down. That's a base hit. So pretty good as we get going. Ethan Salas coming up now. And the pitch. And that's going to be line drive. And that's going to get down. That's a base hit. And, then they get him out trying to score in from second. But evidently, San Antonio scores in a run on a couple of hits, no errors, and they leave one left. We are taking me out to the ball game. San Antonio leads it 4-0 now. Sean McLean, Evan, and DePaula will lead it in the bottom half of 7 when we come back. Bottom half of the 7th inning set to go. Right now, the Drillers Baseball Network. Sean McLean getting ready to go. We head to the bottom half of inning number 7. 1, 2, and 3 due up for Tulsa. Wind up in the pitch by Jagger Haynes, and that is fouled in the way. The count now at 0-1. So far, pretty good in this one. Here's the 0-1 delivery. That's a swung on and miss. And man, tell you one thing, it's not getting pretty good for Tulsa. If they keep doing this, they could end up losing tonight. But I got to say, a lot of 3-up, 3-down innings, and yes, pretty good. Right there, line drive base hit, and the no hit comes to an end. Wow, right in the bottom half of the 7th inning, and that was a perfectly good bid right there for Jagger Haynes and the whole ball group and stuff. But now 1 hit for Tulsa, and they have a base runner. So right there, the count now 0-1 to Kyle Nevin. It was 0-2, a fly out and a ground out. Frisco is really wowing the fans there at Statesman's Park, and tell you, they don't play in Statesman's Park tonight, but most evidently, they are really just blowing the doors off the competition there in Corpus Christi. Well, another base hit gets in, and now make it 2 hits for Tulsa. Now getting 2 runners on base, first and second. Springfield blowing the doors off of Amarillo. They have 10-0. The Springfield Cardinals just really hitting that baseball pretty good. Does it remind you of when they took on Midland last year? Yeah. You remind me of that story of how they won the Texas League title. And yeah, it was not a good ball game at all for Midland. They got their butts whooped. Here's the 0-1. Right there and inside for a count now, 0-2. 2-1, nobody out here in the bottom half of the stretch inning. And here's the 0-2. Right there, high in the air, up to foul grounds. And the count now, 0-2. Springfield was 2025's Texas League champions last year. And they had a pretty good win and loss record, 93/65 out of 138 games. That was phenomenal. Just looking at Springfield, and no, the Springfield Cardinals is St. Louis territory because they are owned by the AA team and their affiliation to the St. Louis Cardinals. Zafir Hope comes in. He's got 2-1 and 1 away here in this one. That one fouled in the way. The count now 0-1. San Antonio 4-0. They lost the hit streak. The no-hitter, I should say. And that one is fouled off. The count now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, 2-1. And again, fouls that one off, trying to protect that plate. Jagger Haynes looking in. Here's the windup and the pitch right there. Called 3rd strike. He got him. And to tell you one thing, 11 strikeouts for the starter. Man, this guy, if he was in San Antonio, he would most definitely get you free breakfast on the bun courtesy of Whataburger. Damon Keith coming in with swing and a miss, and the count now at 0-1. At 63 pitches by Jagger Haynes as he goes on through the evening. That one right there, ground ball straight away, 3rd right to first in time, and that is the inning. So no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on for Tulsa. And we head to the 8th inning for San Antonio. It's 4-0. Sanabria, Carpathios, and Fabian will lead it off in the 8th. when we come back on Friday Night Baseball. Bottom half of the top half of the eighth inning, ready to go in the Drillers Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob, and we welcome you back to the live broadcast as we are underway of inning number 8 for San Antonio. Drillers bullpen, Campos and Mills getting loose out there in the bullpens, and so far pretty good. San Antonio 4-0 against Tulsa, top of the 8th inning. Arkansas the same amount. Arkansas 4-0 against Midland. Our attendance tonight is 5,718. And so far for game 2 of opening night, which is pretty good. That one straight away. That is bashed. It is gone. It is out. See you later, sidewalk souvenir, Romeo Sanabria. Man, make it 5-0 already for San Antonio. 420 feet with a 106.2 mile per hour exit velocity. And man, the umpire cam caught it all as it went into the misty night sky. Braden Carpathios, the next batter up after the home run, will take a strike inside. It's the count now at 0-1. 1 for 3, a single last time up by Carpathios. And that one is fouled in the way. The count now at 0-2. Well, we do have a injury, and following the last play, Ryder Ryan was not moving well and complained of leg pain. The trainer came out for a look, and it thinks it is best that Ryan is not to go on. The player is removed from this game depending on treatment, might be out for a few days.
Number 58.
Don't have a few days, but most likely tomorrow is our last day being in Tulsa. But now with one of their pitchers being off, he's going to have to go get that looked at. But prayers to Ryder Ryan for the Tulsa Drillers. Now and high in the air, right there, straight away, up the left field in time as he'll make the play. And for out number 1. Albert Fabian coming in now. He's 1 for 3, a single, getting ready to go. Boy, Arkansas just have a 4-0 shutout against Midland. Beg my pardon. They have a 4-0 shutout against Midland. Well, San Antonio's got the same thing here tonight. 5-0 against the Tulsa Drillers. 10-0 Springfield there in Waterbridge Field, downtown Amarillo. And that's going to be lofted high in the air up to right field, and that will be out number 2.
Now batting.
I tell you one thing, Frisco doing good there. Bottom half of the 5th inning going forward. Or we will definitely see. But Rosemont Vertigo coming up now for San Antonio. Do beg my pardon. It's bottom half of the 6th inning for the Corpus Christi Hooks. And here's the 0-1. And that's going to be right there. Bash to left field. That's a base hit. And beautiful. The 6th run for San Antonio is almost in perfect view of that. Here is Kai Murphy. That one is high in the air, up to left field, and right to the warning track as that will do it. But Romeo Sanabria gets a home run, and he pelts it out of here. And that was a beautiful shot as we now head to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's San Antonio 5, Tulsa nothing. John Rhodes, Sirota, and Young will lead it off. Bottom of the 8th inning coming up right after commercial messages. About set to go for the bottom half of the 8th inning for the Tulsa Drillers. Drillers Baseball Network continues right now. Thank you, Bob. John Rhodes coming in as we are set to go. And Jagger Haynes look like he's fixing to get going out of here. San Antonio will call up their first reliever, Fernando Sanchez. Boy, 5 choices to choose from. 4-seam, serve, circle, change, cutter, sinker. But the most important thing of them all, that 95 mile per hour. Sanchez now pitching for San Antonio. Here's a pitch.
Inside ball.
And that's inside for a ball. The count now 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes as we lead off the bottom half of the 8th inning for Tulsa. With 12 strikeouts for Jagger Haynes. He did a magnificent job here in Game 2. Get things going. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. And then wind up at the pitch. That one's going to be fouled and away. The count now still remain the same. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And that's a swing and a miss.
Now batting, the center fielder.
First strikeout for Fernando Sanchez, and that'll bring up the center fielder, Mike Sirota. Sirota coming in, looking pretty good. Right there, ground ball straight away third in plenty of time. Gets the man out at first, and they're 2 down. Tulsa down to their final 4 outs here tonight. And yeah, it's starting to come down a little bit here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Taylor Young coming in will take a strike inside. It's the count now at 0-1. Still no change on the scoreboards, but let's go ahead and give it to you one more time here in the Texas League. And that is right there. Line drive. That'll hug the line. And that's a fair ball. And that's the 3rd hit for Tulsa as they get going. Well, all you got to do is just get the fans going and get the bullpens going. And also everybody else inside that dugout. That is for sure. Griffin Lockwood Powell will take that one outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. He's 0 for 2 and 2 strikeouts for him here this evening. So far, let's go ahead and give you the scores. Springfield 10, Amarillo nothing. Frisco 10, Corpus Christi 1. Arkansas 4, Midland nothing. That one high in the air up to left field, and that will pretty much do it. San Antonio 5-0 against Tulsa. Northwest Arkansas 2-1 against Wichita. Well, 8 innings come and gone here tonight in Tulsa. We head to the 9th inning, and it's a 5-0 shutout. Castañon, Acuna, and Roberts will lead it for San Antonio when we come back. We now head to the top of the ninth inning for San Antonio, right now on the Drillers Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob, and welcome back as we get you set for inning number 9. 9-hole batter Marcos Castañon gets ready to go. Swing and a miss. Slider will get him out stride, and the count now 0-1. That is right there. Ground ball. Not in time, and that will be a base hit. When San Antonio, one base hit, and now turn up the lineup card for San Antonio. Here is Francisco Acuna. That's right there. Ground ball straight away up to left center, and that's a base hit. Man, base hit after base hit after base hit. What more damage could that do? Get another base hit, load up the bases, get a home run, and that is a grand slammer. Just like tonight in downtown Amarillo, where Springfield hits already a grand slam, leading the ball game by 1-0. Now it was 5-0. Oh, those Springfield Cardinals are something else.
No, he's in there.
They'll get a runner out at second. And so far, San Antonio, first and third, force out as the second baseman stops and has to lay flat on the ground just to get going.
Off the plate, ball 1.
Well, that is off the plate for the ball. The count now is 1 ball, no strikes. Wind up and the pitch. That one is drilled. Baby, it is out of here. And how do you like that? A 3-run homer. And the first one today by Ethan Salas. And San Antonio is now pulling far away. It's now 8-0. Boy, Missions want this road win very badly. Yeah, they do indeed there, John. You can see it as the rain's starting to come down just a little bit more. And so far, it is getting pretty good right there. And that is for sure. Now the relief starter is pretty much out. Now Chris Campos now coming in to start off his relief pitching. Got a 96 four-seam fastball, a changeup, a curveball, a slider, and 4 choices to choose from is pretty good. Romeo Sanabria, 3 for 4, 2 home runs, single, 4 RBIs, 2 runs. Boy, this guy is absolute fire tonight. Yeah, I got to say, John, you're absolutely right. Boy, in this San Antonio defense, they are really wanting to get some runs going, and they have been doing just that. 8-0 San Antonio against the Tulsa Drillers. And so far, it is pretty good. Yeah, it is very good. Well, 2 away as Romeo Sanabria gets caught looking. Here is Braden Carpathios as he gets going. Well, last out for San Antonio, and that is right there. Ground ball, not in time, and that's a base hit. So San Antonio could see run number 9, but most evidently that is probably a slight chance of getting in there. Maybe a base hit would do it. That one fouled in the way to Albert Fabian as the designated hitter comes in. And last year we told you that he was the left field position player. But pretty good as they come along the way of winning this one. That one is high in the air, out of play, and foul. And the count now, 0-2. One more strike. Top of the ninth inning, 8-0 San Antonio with 2 away. That one is bashed. That is high. Is it gone? And no, it is not. Right to the wall. But Ethan Salas gets 3 more. And that will put them up 8-0. And Tulsa down to their last 3 outs. Sean McLean, Nevin, and DePaula will get things going. We'll be right back at Texas League Baseball. Our score once again, San Antonio 8, Tulsa nothing. Bottom half of the ninth inning set to go for Tulsa right now on the Drillers Baseball Network. Thank you, Bob. Sean McLean, the first batter up to get things going. Fernando Sanchez getting ready to go back to work as he hits that one out of play foul. And it's the count now at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. And that one fouled in the way. The count now at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss, and they got him. And now Tulsa down to their final 2 outs.
Now batting,
Kyle Nevin, the third baseman, 1 for 3, a single. Boy, this Friday night has been really good for San Antonio and their whole team in the dugout. Here's the 0-1. That one is lofted high in the air up to left field. And that's a big out number 2. And a big uh-oh to Tulsa. What do you mean by that? With one more out, they could literally just go down flat on their face and lose this one. Well, au contraire, mon ami, they certainly would. Josu DePaula coming in now.
ball.
as that's a slurve. That's outside. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Last out of the night. And Northwest Arkansas just called their game against Wichita. Now it is 1-1 even between the two ball clubs. And that is right there. And in for a strike. Gets the count now 1-1. So pretty good. Wow, Midland comes in from behind and they win. They win a ball game. And how do you like that? Or it was, yeah, okay, that was pretty good right there. But Midland comes in and they won it. And now it's a 1-1. And Arkansas now getting a loss as well. But so far, pretty good on that. 3-1 the count. And that one's high in the air up to left field. And that will do it. And San Antonio claim this one here tonight. Well, it is a 1 for San Antonio and a 1 loss for Tulsa. And now I would say that that was pretty good as well. The Northwest Arkansas and Wichita have already played tonight. And I do believe that Springfield will get up in there and win their first game of that series. But yeah, pretty good night for San Antonio and stuff. As the Missions came in from behind and they took this one pretty good. Oh, excuse me. Boy, allergies are really kicking my butt. And I gotta take a minute here. But I tell you one thing, I'm glad that I felt pretty good to get this game really going. I've really been sneezing up a storm today. I mean, it's probably all the dust flying and, well, probably with the tree pollen and stuff. It's just one of them things. But anyway, pretty good night for San Antonio. Jagger Haynes gets the win. He went 7 innings straight, struck out 11, and he's also our top player of the game. The loss will go to Jordan Weems, as that is pretty much it for tonight's broadcast. And so far, it was a pretty good one. Well, Corpus Christi sure looks like they lost that one. And against the Frisco Rough Riders. Rough Riders won last night. And yeah, we'll go ahead and give you that final score there at beautiful Bayfront Park. And I will say the straight line thunderstorms will be in around that time. And yeah, 5-1 Rough Riders as they beat Corpus Christi last night. Now they're going to try to beat them. Well, shit. I think they've already beat them. Now it's 2-0 for Frisco. And so far the Riders will take first place as they took that game against Corpus Christi. So Midland, man, I tell you one thing, if Midland would have had that opportunity of getting in early on and beating Arkansas, that would have been them staying up in that first place position. But now they get moved down to second place. Corpus Christi is in third place, San Antonio in fourth, Amarillo. Boy, they're not doing too good. Springfield up 10-1. And yeah, that will be the loss right there. The Cardinals are really starting to get something going. And they have that big grand slam that they did, that was really, really what drove the nails in the coffin right there for their home opener. But anyway, as we say goodnight to our ball club here, and yes, one more game tomorrow as we'll have game 3, and hopefully San Antonio will take the game, and hopefully we'll see what happens. But in the meantime, we're going to have a pretty good one as we get ready to go. Most evidently, we're looking at the Weather Channel, and yes, thunderstorms are now developing west of Tulsa. And so far, yeah, a lot of severe weather. Looking forward to the rest of the evening. And then getting into tomorrow, well, we could be seeing morning showers, but temperatures will be up to 63. But most evidently, we're seeing what we could have, and yeah, the thunderstorm activity near Oklahoma City. Boy, the Oklahoma City is getting clobbered right now, and you know, Oklahoma City Comets, you know, we will see if they pretty much playing in Las Vegas tonight. Well, that's a pretty good thing. But most evidently, it's always good to see something like that going, and you know, AAA baseball for the LV and stuff, which that is pretty good. But anyway, we've had a good time tonight. Our final score: San Antonio 8, Tulsa nothing. 8 runs, 16 hits, no errors, and for Tulsa, only 3 hits that were allowed. Well, anyway, join us back tomorrow night. Our first pitch for ball game is at 7:05. And for myself and Bob, we thank y'all for coming in. And yes, be safe. It will be a stormy night as we go along the way for tomorrow. And looking at the forecast for tomorrow, I do believe that there is thunderstorms. So we can't rule out that we might get postponed, but you know, you never know if we can or not. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in at 9:28 p.m. on this Friday night. And so far, pretty good. So anyway, y'all have a good night, and we'll see y'all again. This has been Drillers Baseball here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Final score, San Antonio 8, Tulsa nothing.